Hi everyone, this is Neil Writer, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a very complex case of a patient who needs to attend quarterly to have both their ears cleaned. I'm just commencing with this there right ear, and believe it or not, this is the better ear out of the two. However, this ear is extremely complicated for the primary reason that they suffer from otitis externa. Now, otitis externa is an infection or inflammation of the outer ear. We have 4 parts to our hearing pathway, really, or you could argue even 5 parts. The first part is the outer ear. So the outer ear is the ear canal, the outermost layer of the eardrum, and also the cartilage on the either side of our heads, the satellite dish, what we call the pinna. You then have the middle ear. So the middle ear is made up of the remaining 2 membranes of the eardrum. It's made up of the 3 hearing bones called the ossicles, more commonly referred to as the hammer bone, anvil, and the stirrup bone. Medically, they are known as the malleus, incus, and stapes. And within the middle ear, we also have the eustachian tube. The eustachian tube is the pressure equalizing tube in the ear. It connects the middle ear to the back of the nose, the nasopharynx, and the eustachian tube also acts as a drain pipe, so it allows the drainage of any fluid that accumulates behind the eardrum in the middle ear. Then we have the inner ear. So the inner ear consists of the organ of hearing. The organ of hearing is called the cochlea. It takes the form of a snail in shape and structure. And we also have the balance organ, the vestibular organ, called the semicircular canals, and there's 3 of those in total. They are connected to the auditory nerve, the hearing nerve, and the hearing nerve travels up the auditory brainstem, so you could argue that's the 4th region of the ear, to the brain, where it's processed, more specifically in the auditory cortex, especially if it's speech being processed. So it's quite a complicated, intricate pathway that sound has to travel through in order for our brain to process it. So when we say otitis externa, it means an infection, or as I said, inflammation of the outer part of the ear. And in this particular patient, they are continuously receiving treatment for this, but unfortunately, it's something that we just have to manage for the patient. They've seen ENT, they've seen dermatology. It's just, there's no real cure as such. And what happens in this case is that because of the eczema, because of the dry skin that dies, it doesn't migrate and it collects in the ear. And you can see here I'm having very much difficulty in inserting the suction tube even through the ear canal. So because this patient's got a lot of edema, swelling as well of the ear canal due to their otitis externa, so it's just a build-up of excess fluid within their cells in the auditory canal walls, which causes the ear canal to be swollen, and we call that edema. When we're suctioning, the fluid within the cells of the auditory canal get attracted by the suction probe. So in essence, the suction probe begins to suction the ear canal, and the ear canal collapses. It tries to enter the tip of the suction probe, and it causes great difficulty in entering the ear. It is quite painful for the patient as well when the ear canal collapses. So I had to stop, and I'm just relying now on the fine end. With the fine end suction probe, because it's got a narrower tip, but there's less suction power per se, and therefore it's less likely to cause collapsing of the ear canal, but it makes it more difficult